give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is New Rule, that guy. D-Mac, Darren McCarty, won Stanley Cups and stuff. Perhaps you're familiar. What's going on?
Just
Just four.
Posted something I think it'll be up in Slack. I already got 9 in today.
You already got 9 into the
Yeah, dude, you got to enjoy this day. Now, I was thinking of Neil. He's probably running at Planet Fitness.
I was.
Making birdies on the back 9 at Rackham.
It's interesting you bring that up. We got over in the sound booth right now. Man, this guy comes in and hits the ground running. Intern Simeon is all over this place.
Got the music flowing already?
I know, right?
Jesus, there he is.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, stepping it up. He has the McDavid talent, doesn't he? He might have the bloodline already into the working the ones and twos in the sound booth.
No, yeah, absolutely. We got Spencer Raxter in the building also. Spenmo, what's up?
Got some good news today on the housing end. It was
You're no longer homeless?
now I got a text back saying that they're just replacing the wash tub in the basement, and then I'll be able to move in. So,
There it is.
yeah,
It's inevitable.
it is inevitable. I'm excited.
It's going to be a test, Spenny.
It's gonna be a test for sure, but it's a nice spot. I've lived on my own before, you know.
I'm not
so-
talking about that.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about the environment, the surroundings,
a great
what we have a
surroundings.
close proximity to.
That's if I was my whole thing. It was like, do I want to buy a house? What do I want to do? And I decided that I want to rent for a little bit, either in Royal Oak or downtown. And I got one in Royal Oak, so I'm excited.
I'm excited for you too, man. I remember those days.
Thank you.
It'll be cool for about 8 months.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Then it'll suck for the
Yeah.
rest
You're
of
in
your
a good
life.
area, dude.
Hey, man, I'm just being real with you.
What, your own house?
Yep.
Well, you get to mow the lawn, dude.
Lawn service included in the rent.
Oh,
Big time.
Big time.
Wow.
Big
It's a
time.
big yard.
sorry.
D-Mac, it's funny you brought up, we were talking before the show, you were talking about the alumni game you're playing with. Yeah, I was hanging out with one of your teammates yesterday, Larry
were.
Murphy.
You
Yeah,
were,
we're sitting there
Murph.
having a drink together, down at Campus Martius, just. He gets his glasses from the same place I do, the Steve Eiserman Tone Glasses department, I
He
think.
does,
No,
does he?
but we were chopping it up. Great dude. I hadn't met him, but I never, we talked for 20, 25 minutes.
You two get along good.
We did, as a matter of fact. We
Probably.
did talked about real
How
estate.
many empty glasses?
Two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about on brand.
Yeah, that was about on brand though. But
See, I wouldn't let you two go Christmas shopping in the mall, like the day before Christmas or whatever, because that 2-hour trip would turn into 5.
that's
because you get
that's how I do
involved.
Christmas shopping.
No, I understand. Murph
Yeah.
probably give him a call. Hit him up. I mean, I can see you two on Christmas.
Absolutely. I love Christmas shopping on Christmas Eve. You get what's left in the store. That's what you get. And then I get to grab it and then go to the bar and have a couple drinks. That's the way that it works.
Anyways, so how was your conversation?
Oh, it was good. We talked about real estate, stuff like that. He asked about you, how you were doing.
Cool.
I told him, he's like, so what's D-Mac up to these days? And I ran off the list.
Literally
What
everything.
is-
Yeah, I ran off the
Is
list. That was about 18
sounds
minutes of the
about right.
conversation, and that's exactly what he said. He
Yeah.
goes, "That sounds about right
Yeah.
for that sounds about right for Darren." He calls you Darren.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yeah, see, it's funny, and I mean everybody can relate to that. Like certain people, and like a lot of us have nicknames for each other, but there's a few people that call me Darren, and nobody else doesn't. Larry Murphy, because that's who he is, has always
Yep.
called me Darren.
Shout out Murph. He likes his eggs over medium.
There you
Likes
go.
what?
His eggs over medium. Used to make his breakfast for him all the time at that Coney Island over there. He would come in a lot.
It's
Back in the Cup days,
Yep. No.
or after?
Yeah, like a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
it's funny to me because with Larry, you wouldn't. Trying to think of a nice way to say this.
He's a Hall of Famer and a 4-time Stanley Cup champion, and you might get around to saying hockey about the 12th.
Yeah, he is.
12 you're gonna run
as-
out of sports.
He is as regular as a dude as there is out there.
Like looking
Looking-
like
all of it.
size.
Yeah.
Like you can
Like, I'm taller
like
than
you
him.
could see like you can see he's thick.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's a thick guy, so like tree trunks and and strong like that. But unassuming, you would think he was like an accountant or a salesman or something. You go, yeah, that guy's a Hall of Famer and he's got 4 Stanley Cups.
We were talking about golf and how we both have like a 60-degree rule where we're not going to play if it's cold, we're not going to play if it's raining. And there's D-Mac out there already 9 in this morning.
You know what? You and Murph and you're not like that because you don't call me Darren and stuff like this. But I'm saying that you guys could relate to a lot of things.
Up for speculation. If you want to join the show, you can in the chat. Up for speculation. I've never referred to you as Darren. It felt funny typing it. So there's that out there as well. If you want to skip the line, you can use the super chat. Tammy Chin, good morning, Neil Spencer and Darren. Good morning, everyone.
Tammy.
Good morning, Tammy. Good to see you. Did want to do, we got some visitors in the studio here today. Wanted to give them a shout out. They won a Planet Fitness studio backstage pass at a silent auction. Cindy, who is a principal at Grosse Pointe South. Kate, who works at Warren Woods Tower High School as well. They're here in the studio. They're taking the show in. They're taking the massage chair in. All of it.
Absolutely. If I don't know anything, and it obviously, ladies, is great to me, and I'm glad that
Kate was a big D-Mac fan.
We could reminisce back about the good old days and stuff like this, but like, how do you know that Joey Namath is the man? He brings in, like, you guys better sign up for stuff because you're getting this relaxation massage chair here that'll change your life. And I just speak on that because I was in it before the show and I've never gone through a full massage deal. That thing is the real deal, Holyfield. So, probably applies to you too. If we have any giveaways, you can win chance to come in the studio.
It's worth it for the massage chair.
It's worth it for the massage chair.
Forget everybody else. The massage chair is here, and it's worth it.
Yeah, like meeting Darren McCarty is cool. Meeting Braylon Edwards is cool. Stuff like that. You know, meeting the president is cool.
But the massage chair.
But the massage chair is what it's all about.
That's absolutely what it's all about. So shout out to them. Thank you for your service in the education sector, by the way. My wife is a teacher, so I know the reality of what goes into it. And in a couple weeks, enjoy that time because you all earned it. So shout out to you guys.
Out? Is school not
almost,
done?
Yep. Almost. In Fraser, they have through next week, and they're done. So I don't know. We're getting to that time.
I can't wait for school because, I live in
2 more days? 2 more weeks. Oh, 2 more weeks in Warren. Oh, man. Tough break. You're there, though. You're there. You got it. Well, I'm sorry, Spenny. What'd you say?
I live in front of a middle school, so I can't wait for just all of that to be gone.
Yeah.
So I could just pull out of my driveway and not have to worry about anything.
Well, I like it because now I don't have to take kids to school anymore. I can just get up. I like to do the run in the morning.
Yeah.
Where it's halfway over before I'm even awake and know what's going on. So that will be nice. That will be nice to do that. But yeah, a lot of stuff to get into here today. The Tigers swept another series. We're going to discuss it. And with all due respect to everything, kind of on the show sheet, I think it's time to have a discussion about the Lions, Spenny. And we're going to do it.
What kind of discussion?
Down the field.
We got Thursday fights with D-Mac. D-Mac's going to break down regular people
got a good
fighting.
one.
We got a good one. There's a back and forth.
I came across this one in my feed. You went to my site, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And this is a while back, but this is, as they say in the business, a doozy.
A doozy. 100%. No, but D-Mac's going to break that down for regular people.
D-Mac's doozies.
But we are going to have a Lions discussion coming up. I don't know the exact time yet, but it'll be, we're going to get into the Tigers, then we're going to slide into this. It's a philosophical discussion. It's a check-in. Where are we at? Are we prepared? Are we prepared mentally? Because, Spenny, I don't think we are.
I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty prepared mentally.
I'm talking about the masses.
Oh, no, the masses is never prepared.
Okay. Well, we're going to check in, and we're going to have an honest conversation about it. I think that's fair. It's a Thursday. So,
To cut the shit Thursday.
Yeah,
No, if you can't be honest on Thursday, what are you doing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Almost Friday, man.
That sounds aggressive.
We got a slobber knocker, John F. and Lauren.
It is a slobber knocker for sure.
Slobber knocker.
It is a very good slobber knocker. Lems 31M division lead, back to 6.
Yeah,
yes.
And quick RIP Tuesday or RIP Thursday on a Tuesday on a Thursday.
No, RIP Tuesday on a Thursday.
RIP Tuesday on a Thursday. What did we think with Carolina? What did you guys think? I have to get back to it. living, breathing human beings told me Carolina was going to win this series. Like, it's
without Rantanen.
Like, maybe if they held on to Mikko, maybe they would have won the series. But even then, I don't think they would have, because Florida is Carolina, but better, and has Bob.
1 through 22, they are as complete as any organization in sport.
Absolutely.
Period. End of story.
I'm excited for the rematch in the finals, personally. I know some people were saying they're not, but I don't know. I want to see McDavid slay the Giant. Florida's the Giant.
I do too. I want to see Connor McDavid get one.
That is what it is. Like, you know how I feel about Canada not having a cup for so long. Like, but if one team does it, I want it to be McDavid. He deserves it.
Sean Hart, half the fan base has the mentality of a 10-year-old. Sean, we're going to talk about it. We're going to put the gloves down, everybody, and just talk through this. I want to get the state of the people to see if we're ready. I feel like we're not. Maybe you guys will reassure me, but we will definitely have the discussion. So let's do this, and let's take the first break. When we come back, we'll reset the Tiger stuff yesterday. They win games they're even trying to lose now.
Yeah.
For real.
And they win when Jackson Job's on the mound. But some people say he's going to get sent down to AAA.
That seems to be the case. We'll discuss it.
Fuck that. That would be so fucking stupid. They're 9-1 when he steps on the mound.
I know, but it's not linear.
He's only had over 3 of an ERA in 1 start so far. Why would you send him down to ERA? It makes absolutely
we'll talk about it, Spenny.
Just because you paid a guy, fuck that, dude. This kid's earned his spot. Sending him to AAA does nothing but embarrass him.
Let's talk about Les Stanford, and then we'll come back and talk about Jackson Jobe. They're not getting sent down to the minors.
No, they're not getting sent down to the minors because they've got deals for everybody. You can get a 2025 Envision Preferred all-wheel drive for $259 per month, or a 2025 Hummer EV SUV for $699 per month, or you get a 2025 Sierra Double Cab Elevation for $169 per month. Les Stanford Buick GMC, they can get you in any car you want.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
Yeah, for sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well. Oh.
I threw a little something extra in there for your ma.
Oh,
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo.
Ah.
You're a saint.
All right, buddy, we'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
Boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone! Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Are you looking to upgrade your relaxation game? Check out Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. It is a real deal. Holyfield, I am just stoked right now after my 20-minute session earlier today. The largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest with the top brands for massage chairs like Infinity and Osaki, located near the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road. Experience luxury comfort with Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc, creator of the top YouTube massage chair review channel. Book a visit at www.massagechairhouse.com or scan the QR code, Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
All right. Back at it, everybody. Big D Energy. We're off and running. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We have intern Simeon here in the house. We also have Spencer Raxter. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into there. Get your thoughts out there. And a little bit later on, we're going to talk about the Lions. You want to skip the line? Use the Super Chat. Dante151. Early rest in peace Tuesday on a Thursday to the Minnesota Timberwolves. That wasn't a great look.
Wow.
That was ugly.
That wasn't a great look.
I looked up 61-30.
Good night. They didn't want to be there.
Is OKC that, like, are they that good. Is the final going to be good? I know
Yes,
it's not
I think
going to.
it-
I
I
know
think it
the
will
finals in the NBA ain't going to rival the finals in the NHL.
No.
No, I would be
I'd be surprised if it went
6.
past 6.
Yeah, that's where I was
So you
going to
don't
be
give
too.
Indiana a chance?
No.
I
It's kind of like the Florida Carolina thing. Like
They're as complete as there is.
and they're Indiana's whole thing is we've got depth and we've got defense and we're gonna run up and down the court, and that's what OKC does, but better, and they have better.
And they have a better player doing it.
Yeah. So
With Chet Holmgren,
yeah, and they've got 4 wing defenders that they could just throw at Halliburton.
And they have the draft capital. They could go get Giannis if they wanted to.
Yes, they could.
Like, they're not going anywhere for a minute.
So
If their ownership decides they don't.
I know it's a little off topic,
Yeah.
but is that like OKC and the NBA is like where you would say like with the books and the talent and stuff like that, that's the place to be? Is that the place to be for the next few years? Like as far as is this somebody that I'm gonna see OKC go like?
They're actually the exception to the rule. And I was reading a story and listening to a podcast, but I didn't get a chance to finish it. And I can't remember. So for all the granular people out there, I'm saying this is an estimation of what I remember. I don't have it in front of me, so everybody just pipe down. Roughly the last 15 to 20 years of the NBA, luxury taxpayers have won 18-ish of the titles. You get what you pay for.
Wow.
Now
right.
Oklahoma City's kind of a little bit of the exception to the rule because they have SGA the next 2 years for under $40 million a year, I believe. So but ...
Right.
What's going to be their choice? Say they win a chip, say they win another one. If you're ownership, do you want to go up into that second luxury tax apron and pay $3 for every dollar you spend when you already won chips? Probably not. So, they'll have decisions to make, but whatever. But that's DMAC, that's the way their labor agreement's structured. It's designed to break up dynasties, and this is what we get. And people say they don't like it on social media because it's going to be Oklahoma City and probably Indianapolis. And everyone's like, there's no glamour to this. And then they're going to say, we hate dynasties. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Kevin Durant had a great tweet. I think it was yesterday. All NBA fans hate the NBA. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It is weird.
Either way, they're going to bitch about it.
But anyway, though, just a fan. Neil starts with tone, runs with tone, and then ends with tone. Up for speculation. This is the best season the NBA has had in forever. So we'll get there though. During the finals, I think I want to do a segment on that. Like, what do people want? Because I don't know. We wanted a Tigers win yesterday. We got it. They swept the Giants. The lead's back up to 6 in the AL Central. Everything's copacetic, man.
Always was. I mean, you got to look at it. I look at it as facing your in-division rival, giving up the first 3 games, and especially at home. Then what did you do about it? Your ace went out and set the tone. Then your number 2 went out, and you in the next 4 games, swept another series and made that 7-game stretch 4-3, which means to me this was their first sign of real adversity.
Yeah.
Right? And how did they respond? And they didn't just respond one way. Yes, they responded with good pitching, but they had either some bullpen work, starters work well, but they got some timely hitting by their all-star in Riley Green, but also 2 up and throughout that lineup. So they just continue to win. And it doesn't matter if it's Malloy or whoever else, looking bad. Like that inning, if you watched it, the first 2 guys, K and Malloy, didn't look like he had a chance on the curveball. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, he stays in it. So
that kid had some nasty stuff that they brought.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I just think that they're putting themselves in the right position to win, and they're getting comfortable with it, right? They're comfortable with a little bit of the adversity, and they haven't folded. So to me, it's all about Flaherty's next start. I want to see he's got to build. He's got to build, because then if he starts cooking, because I'm assuming Skubal might not cook like he did last time, but he's going to be Tarek Skubal. But we need Flaherty, and then does it run down through the rotation? And because when the rotation is usually good, so is the bullpen.
So the big news that came from yesterday's game, obviously other than the win, is Jackson Jobe. Evan Petzold tweeted it, X posted it, whatever you guys call it these days. Jackson Jobe did not talk to reporters, wasn't seen in the clubhouse. His fastball velocity was down just under 2 miles per hour. The Tigers closed clubhouse access within an hour of the game ending while reporters were waiting for Jobe. That was a violation of MLB club and media regulations.
Snitch.
So we're going to pay fines and not pay Scooble?
I guess so. But yeah, so, and let's talk about it. As you can tell, Spenny's charged up, certainly about it. But the word on the street is, and this is just a speculation, there hasn't been any, official confirmation, is Jobe may be sent down to AAA.
Yeah, this was the word from Lynn Henning and only Lynn Henning.
Right.
Okay, so if
speculation.
That's it. Go down and work on whatever.
But why?
Why? Because it's a roster move. It's a roster move to somebody else they don't want to set down, and you got the ability to send this kid down. It's always the way it is. It's by numbers, by whatever else, or they want him to go work on something. You got to, if you trust in AJ Hinch and Chris Fetter and whatever to get them out there, then there's something going on that you don't see that they want to nip in the bud, or simply he's a low man on the totem pole that they don't want to send somebody else down because of contract implications or losing a guy or whatever in like a Malloy or something. Maybe I don't know the contract situation, but I don't. It's if he's down for long, Spenny. Does he miss his starts?
No,
that's
but
what he starts.
The thing is that they're going to send him down to bring up Alex Cobb to throw right, and that was Lynn Henning's whole thing, and that's just.
Okay, well, it was always going to happen. So if Alex Cobb was healthy at the beginning of the season, Jackson Jobe wouldn't be here.
I just disagree. I don't think you make a move to make a move. The kid's 4-1. The team is 9-1.
You don't make a move to start the guy like it.
No,
maybe
not when this kid's rolling.
I'll get with you on pick another guy.
Yeah, Brevia should be the guy you
Okay, so maybe that could be it, but I don't know what the implications of that are. But the thing is, Alex Cobb was always going to be here pitching because he's your free agent side. Come on, dude.
Yeah, I mean, so was Kenta Maeda. Like, this kid, he's
Kenta Maeda's not even here yet. Did you just come?
They got the same contract, and Kenta Maeda actually gotten out. No, and he only pitched 18 innings last year.
So then that comment you just made was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's you're getting the same thing. You paid this guy.
Has Alex Cobb pitched this year?
No,
can you save that until you watch him pitch?
So I'm not just throwing him into the fire to put that kid who's pitching well.
I trust AJ Hinch and
He's
Scott
4-1.
Harris.
He's only let up more than 3 runs in one start. You don't send him down. That would be stupid. The only thing he does is embarrass him.
Spenny, you want to come in the locker room? There's something else.
Yeah,
like there's something else to why. But
and this is all speculation. Nobody knows any backing to anything they're saying.
Right, so wait and see.
Well, they do know the velo's down. They do know that.
1.5 miles per hour.
Yeah,
that's bullshit. Like, that means nothing.
But you can't act like Cobb was never. What are we talking about?
Dude, his whip's 1.5.
He's smarter than that.
And they're 4.
His whip's 1.5.
And they're 9-1 when he starts. I don't give a shit about wins.
His whip's 1.5. I give a shit about
wins. And
Spenny.
Spenny, you don't think it's an issue, but AJ Hinch and Scott Harris think it's an issue. That's what they're telling me. But I'm gonna wait and hear. I'm gonna wait and see what happens. Dude, Neil, what does this tell you? That
if he gets put on the IL, he gets put on the IL, and I can accept. If they just send him down, I think that's stupid.
I mean,
but there hasn't been any movement on any. This is just what Lynn Henning's reporting, right?
This is
like we haven't seen a transaction.
Speculating.
We haven't seen a transaction in major, right? Okay, can we just wait and see?
Which would kind of be my question. Like, wouldn't you just put him on the DL instead of using one of the,
I don't know what dude. Now we're getting into your.
D-Mac, to me, you said it. Like
we're getting into your level of whatever. All I know is that it doesn't matter what they've noticed something in a young guy that the stats are probably whatever, and you have to. So they look at it as, okay, there's something going on. This is just me translating. So he needs to pitch. It's not the fact that he's got a bad arm or whatever. Work him out of that. We need Cobb to come up. So why don't we just send him down and bring Cobb up if that's the case? Because they're gonna work him through something.
What do you got? What do you got, Simeon?
He said it. He trusts AJ Hinch. What reason do we have to not trust Feder, Hinch, and Scott Harris? Like,
that's 100%. No, 100% fair.
Like, what did we think when we brought up Chase?
And that's what I'm saying. It's not like he got sent down already. This is just a speculation of a reporter that he might get sent down. There is nothing backing the fact that he might get sent down. There is no reason to send the kid down right now.
I agree there's no reason, but if he did get sent down, then there's something that you got to trust your GM and the fact that Alex Cobb is coming up, there's got to be a bet. And I agree, Spenny. Isn't there somebody else?
Brebbia should be, if a pitcher is sent down, it should be Brebbia.
Okay.
And then start Cobb in the pen. Give him a couple. He's pitched 18 innings in the last 2 years. Like, I'm not just throwing him into the starter role.
He did start at ALCS last year.
Of his 18 innings pitched last year.
Again, Chris Feder, AJ Hinch. If they parade him out in the bullpen or they parade him out in the start, that's the beauty of having this team. And if you really trust them, like you can be upset all you want, but you got to let it play out.
Jackson, the minor leagues, AAA, Toledo, have nothing for Jackson Jobe. If you send Jackson Jobe, if it's not an injury, and you send Jackson Jobe down, the only thing it does is hurt his confidence and embarrass him. That's it.
Hoof-hearted, Crypto McDavid spitting facts.
Hold on. Why is it hurt? Why? Because
he's
this generation is so fucking soft.
Yeah, but Spenny,
you're so fucking soft.
Spenny, he outran those analytical numbers in a game where they scored 14 runs.
Guys
Spenny, like, come on, dude, you're better than this, man.
What do you mean I'm better?
You're better than this. The whip is 1.5, dude. It's not sustainable. It's not.
Alex Cobb's career
Spenny,
whip is 1.5.
the whip is 1.5. It's not sustainable.
Alex Cobb's career whip is 1.5. It's not like he's a Cy Young winner.
It's not sustainable like this, dude.
He's your fifth starter.
It's not.
He's a rookie. I'm not expecting Cy Young numbers from him. He's pitched well as a rookie, and the team is 9-1.
So it's not. So your words. It's nothing. The velo's down almost 2 miles an hour. That's nothing.
1.5 miles an hour.
Almost,
no,
yeah,
it's
almost
not.
2.
In one start.
It's nothing.
No, it's not. That is nothing.
Okay, man.
Could he be tired? Broder says Jobe hasn't pitched this much in a 24-month period in his life.
That's kind of what I was leaning at. Like it's a lot, dude. Like it's a lot. And like the people that thought they were just going to bring him in, he was going to be the fifth starter and have 35 starts, dude. Like it's not working.
We're talking about the fifth starter, right? Isn't the fifth starter the one that usually gets, maneuvered?
Now he's the number one pitching prospect in baseball.
Massaged.
You give him the starts.
You know what happens? And I think that this is what, if there is something of a move happening, it's because they don't want it to deteriorate into something else. Nip it in the bud. And as your fifth starter and your young guy and your number one pitching prospect, do you not handle it with kid gloves? Look at the
100%, yeah.
Right? Like, look at what else?
I don't know if AJ Hinch has handled him with kid gloves. He put him in a playoff situation, one of his
that was last year. This is this year. This is like they're trying to make him spending. They know that what they've gotten him. Like, it's not like we're talking about incompetent fucking people at the helm and their pitching coach and their GM and whatever. Like, that's how we're acting like they don't see that. So obviously they're taking care. But I would just say, let's see what AJ says, or somebody asks him, or if there is a transaction that he gets set down, then we can go from there.
Yeah. And like the whole they win when he pitches, dude. That's an analytical exception to the rule, man. When you roll out, you give up 6 runs in 3 2/3.
One start.
They give you 14 runs where you walk 5 guys in 5 innings.
So
you win that game too.
He gave up 6 runs.
That happened
in one start.
Correct.
And the rest of
them, they won the game.
Been 3 or less.
And they won the game. And then the next start, he walks 5 guys, but gets out of it.
Yeah.
But gets out of
because
it.
Of his
but you can't continue to walk guys at that rate.
That's going to happen when you're a rookie, dude.
Can't.
That's what happens.
You can't outrun that forever.
When you're a rookie, that's what happens.
Spenny, the ERA is 4.2, whatever it is. Yeah. The whip's 1.5, dude. Like you can't. That's a fugazi that they're 7-1 in his starts or whatever that number is.
9-1.
9-1. Sorry, that's like it's fake. It flies in the face of fact. It just does.
Well, the fact
is
they're not.
And the velo's down, dude. So yeah, man. I wouldn't mind him skipping a turn.
No, fuck that.
100%, I wouldn't mind. So you want him to throw 200 innings, Benny?
Maybe.
Put him on the IR.
So you want him to throw 200 innings this year?
I want him to get as many starts as he possibly can.
So you want him to throw 200 innings?
If he is not injured, I want him starting. Yes.
200 innings?
Yes. If
that's
what
stupid,
it is.
dude. That is stupid.
Does anybody throw 200 innings, Neil? You're just throwing out these random things that don't
Because
make
that's
sense.
what you're saying. I want as many starts as possible. I'll throw him 200 innings. You literally just said that. I can only go by what you say. Well, this is what you do all the time.
This is what I do all the time?
Well, you just said it. 200
innings.
innings.
Verlander started 2 Super Bowls for the Tigers. Would everybody hate him? That's what you do all the time,
no,
Neil. What I say is this kid needs starts. Is he going to throw 200 innings?
How many innings can he throw this year?
Nobody throws 200 innings.
How many innings? How many innings did you expect him to throw?
150 at least.
No chance. Okay. No chance, dude. No chance. Because he threw an inning in the playoffs last year. He's ready to throw 175 innings.
No, because he's the #1 pitching prospect in baseball, and he's ready to start his career.
And his velo's down almost 2 miles an hour,
1.5 miles an hour.
So almost 2.
From one start to another.
Yeah, almost 2.
And so that 3-4 inning start is making you say, "Oh, he's not ready." Like
no, the 1.5 WHIP and the 4.22 ERA and 5 walks in a game. Yeah, I'm paying attention to that.
Okay,
just like they are.
Look at every other starter that had their first season and played their full first season. Look at their numbers and tell me it's not similar.
Okay, look at all those guys. Look at all those guys that roll out the rookie year. They throw 180 innings. Dude, it doesn't happen.
That's normally what happens. Yes, it
does.
It's
when.
Look at Tarek Skubal. He threw 149 innings his first career season, and he had a 4+ ERA, and he had a 1+ WHIP. That's what happens.
Yeah, and he was also 28.
Pitchers. Yeah, okay, and this kid's ready to go. He was ready before that because he's such a freak. Sending him to AAA does nothing unless he's injured. Unless he's actually injured, then I'm fine with that.
Right, which is probably the case.
Well, I mean, I don't know how you can make that assumption, but we'll see.
Well, I don't know how you can't. Why does the velo drop?
I think Broder brings up a good point. If he's tired, you're not going to waste innings in AAA with him.
Yeah,
probably.
You just put him on the IL.
Well, that's why I would do and you don't use up an option.
That makes sense
in that case.
Here's another thing, guys. I was young when this happened. I'm pretty sure this happened. Didn't someone by the name of Max Scherzer get sent down like 2-3 months into his first season?
Oh, 100%.
His first season with the Tigers.
Yeah, he had success in the league.
That was not his first season as a pitcher. That was his first season with the Tigers. And he was struggling a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Where we got to go? Planet Fitness, everybody. We got some guests from Planet Fitness here in the studio, as a matter of fact. I was just at Planet Fitness, so it all works together, I guess. But, again, we're live at the Planet Fitness studios. They give me all this cool stuff to say about Planet Fitness, but the bottom line is I'll never be a member at another gym. I've been there going on 4 years now and have accomplished a lot of fitness goals through the help of Planet Fitness. Now, you have to do the work. I've had to do the work. But the availability of Planet Fitness, there's over 50 of them in the metro Detroit area, over 2,600 of them worldwide. Wherever I go on my travels, doesn't matter. There's always one close by. And again, you can join it right now, just $24.99 a month, a black card option. You can go to any Planet Fitness in the world, guys, and that's the first step. That really is, and it's still less than $1 a day. Like, what do we talk about? I'm looking out the window at a gym over there. That is not $24.99 a month. So, again, everything is there for you guys. Tons of cardio equipment, tons of weights, clean locker rooms, clean facilities, all of it. It's the move, everybody. Trust me. I've been there almost 4 years. So, again, planetfitness.com or just pull in the parking lot. And there you go. Planet Fitness. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights. Don't do that.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, June 13th from 5 to 7 with the heavyweights at Nemo's in Corktown for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw and Ven Johnson.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce here every Tuesday during Big D Energy, and Thursdays, that'd be today, 2 to 4. Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. He offers better advice on our show, by the way. So tune in. Trust the guy I trust for 4 Stanley Cups. Dr. Jeff Pierce should keep you in the game and perform at your best. That was a lie. He can't tell a lie. He's going to give you the best advice that he has regardless. So for more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
All right, we're keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, Spencer Raxter, intern Simeon, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Art Vandalay. The guests in the studio are probably like, holy crap, I feel like I'm in my parents' living room right now with all of this yelling. No, they're in public education. They're geared for this, everybody. Yeah. So, this is not a lot for them to deal with, no doubt. But jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread. Detroit Dabber 313, if it were an injury, I don't see the harm in having a post-game presser. If it was mental or the yips, then I do. That is weird.
I think he was just pissed off.
I think he's just young and frustrated, and like nobody put his feet to the fire. Like usually, like when that happens and they close it down, that comes from AJ.
Yeah.
That comes from the top. I was just gonna say, Neil, you know what? I know you've been pretty that aggressive, like we were in front of the teachers, like in social studies too.
Correct.
And that's where I would really
get me in debate.
So that
class.
brought me out, right? Exactly.
Get me in debate class.
I was a science guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like the science?
I'm a man of science.
Man of science, Benny.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Mike Putnam, more hockey talk, please. Johnny, more hockey talk. Guys, you have proven as an audience you are undefeated against non-Red Wings hockey talk. Undefeated. Okay.
Woodward Wings coming out Saturday.
New one dropping.
10 a.m. Yeah.
There you go.
Every week.
That's your fix.
They've been doing pretty good numbers.
I like scenario number 1.
Yeah, me too.
Jordan in the super chat. If you want to skip the line, use the super chat like Jordan. If Scoob's going to cost $500 million, could we do a straight up trade for Skeens and have a few more cheap years?
No.
Well, Jordan, the reason that Pittsburgh would move on from Skeens is because they're not going to pay him either.
Yeah.
So, I will say this. So, my baseball writer friends, and if this gets clipped and goes on socials, I guess I have to qualify this before everyone flips out. If you were breaking it down right now, Skeens would be more valuable to an organization than Scooble would.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah, because the contract.
He's got 6 years of control.
4.5, yeah. 4.5 years of team control. So if we're keeping it 100 right now, if you were an organization and you had your choice between the two, you would pick Skeens 1,000,000 times out of 1,000,000 over Scooble. Is he a better pitcher? Probably not. But
he's pretty good.
Hey.
He's good. A, he's pretty good. Yeah. And B, he's not a free agent for 4.5 years.
Spenny, question for you.
Yes.
Does Scoobs have a wife or a girl?
He does.
Yes.
Right? Like, how is the Paul Skeen, Livy Dunn?
Yeah, the power couple.
Like, I want to see, like, the heater. It's like Goff and Kristen or whatever like this. Like
the king and queen of Detroit.
Maybe that seems like a heavyweight
topic
for, the kings and who are the queens. You know what I mean? Because we always talk about what? Livy Dunn and Paul Skeen.
I mean, Kristen Harper, outside of Sheila Ford Hamp, Kristen Harper's queen of Detroit for sure.
Woodward Sports chat thread.
We all know Sheila's the real queen, though.
Oh, Sheila.
That is true. Spenny blinded me with science, so there's that out there also. But yeah, just but D-Mac, I'll wrap this up. I'll wrap up this Tigers discussion with this. Is even yesterday, and I listened to most of the game because I was driving around picking up kids and Ubering kids around. Shout out. Actually, it was Greg Gagne that was on the call.
Yeah, and
Bobby Scales. Yeah.
Bobby
I don't know what Double D had going on.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's got a kid in school, maybe graduating or something like that.
Probably something like that.
Yeah,
I didn't realize Bobby Scales was a local kid. And, he was talking about his first time in Tiger Stadium in '84. And I remember going to Tiger Stadium in '84.
Or he might have been at just graduation to support LA because she's the GOAT, and she's the head of the sports journalism department at MSU. So which is also true. Could be the case, yeah. Phil, Neil picks up kids. Yes,
I pick up my kids after the show is over. Broder, Gagne is really good. Yeah, I enjoy Gagne. I do. I think he's pretty good. He's got a good Major League Baseball voice. Glad too, because that guy paid the dues, man.
Yeah.
Like what, 12 years or 15 years in Double A?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he was in Erie for a long time.
Oh, wow, dude.
Or in it, well,
he's got
not necessarily just Erie.
He's
but
got a
around.
pro voice.
Yeah,
like
100%.
he's got a it's soothing. Like it's a very easy conversation to listen to and listen to, call the game.
Yeah, he's one of those dudes. He doesn't.
His flow.
Yeah, well, his flow is even keeled because not every moment can be the bottom of the ninth with the bases loaded.
No,
in baseball.
what I really enjoy, I always enjoy the in between, right? Like it's because baseball is always about the conversation,
right?
And you have two guys like having conversations that you want to listen to, no matter what. Like I just brought up the fact that I didn't know that 84 was the first time you went to Tiger Stadium, so
yeah,
that was pretty cool.
But through listening to it, I never got the feeling, and they were down 3-0 and had nothing going on. Nothing. And I never thought for a minute they were going to lose. Like DMAC, I will wholeheartedly expect them to win every game they play. For real.
Yeah, no, that's the attitude going in, and then seeing how it plays out. But they're really not out of a game. How many times this year have you said, okay, and there's a couple where they've been blown out or whatever.
It's going to happen 10 times.
But you know what it was? Out. Look at the opening series of the season against the Dodgers, and they got swept. But every game they were in every game, and it sort of has started there. Is that they're going to be competitive every game, and what I like is there's sort of a different storyline each game.
And DMAC, yesterday was, I don't want to say a team goes in trying to lose a game because obviously that's not the case. But I listened to A.J. Hinch's interview yesterday on the flagship in the morning, and he pointed to the fact, he's like, we've had this day off for Torque lined up for a week and a half. Like that was predetermined long before even the Cleveland series. They had this lined up. So it was the equivalent. You remember the Jim Leland Sunday lineup?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, begrudgingly, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I had partial season tickets, and it was always the Sunday game.
Adam Everett and Don Kelly.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Every Sunday,
Oh,
man.
Yeah.
Shout out State Bar and the $5 pitchers.
Ryan Rayburn starting in center.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
And then he moved to second later on.
Oh, yeah.
Neil was there for all the game. He played all 9 positions.
Yeah, that was a Jim Leland Sunday lineup on a Wednesday. It was. You have to do that, right? You got to take care of your guys and everything like that. You got to give them maintenance days and all that kind of stuff. So you're going to have those days. That wasn't, I'll say it a different way, a better way. That wasn't their premium lineup.
No,
fair to say.
No.
Fair.
And it was awful through 4 innings.
Bad.
And I never expected them to lose still.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
You shouldn't expect them to lose when Jackson Jobe takes the mound. Normally it turns out that they don't.
Well, yeah. Even when Jobe takes them out with that 150 whip.
Even when Jobe takes them out, even when Riley's 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts, you're like, all right, here we go. And you had guys step up. You had Colt Keith had that big double down the side or down the first baseline. Obviously, Justin Henry Malloy with an extremely good at bat to get a single in there. So yeah, you had guys step up that you need to.
Bliss Haven Farm, Neil, that groundskeeper needed to army crawl
happened
the field. So they were out maintaining the field, like they hit the rakes or whatever, right?
Yeah.
They're like raking the infield like they always do. And I heard a quote from Colt Keith that said he was standing there and his knee buckled, and he went to the ground and his kneecap was on the side of his knee.
Yeah, Colt Keith said he saw the whole thing. He was right there. He said his kneecap was on the side of his leg, and he was in excruciating pain.
Yeah.
He said it was tough to look at.
And I guess the training crew came out there and they kind of popped it back into place,
yeah.
which sounds very uncomfortable, to say the least.
He lost all his CLs there, ACL, MCL, PCL. Those are all gone. We should have Doc break that one down.
We should do. Is there footage of it happening?
Not footage of the knee. There's footage of him flipping off the camera.
Which, have we found anything out about that?
Don't blame him. Dude's probably going through the most excruciating pain of his life.
And there's cameras
at work,
from every
Yeah,
angle.
you can't
right
have compassion that he just popped his kneecap out and he decided to focus on the camera, not the double bird.
Yeah.
He was just, We absorbed all that pain for him. That sucked.
I saw
so there's an
somebody-
opening on the crown screw?
Somebody in the comments said, yeah, hitting the injured list and the unemployment list on the same day is pretty
Crazy
tough.
work. Yeah. that was crazy work. Mason Gillespie in the chat. Yesterday was the first time I told myself it's okay not to win every game. And then the next half inning, they score 4 to take the lead. This team is unreal. It is like it's part vibes. It's part they're
vibes.
good.
It's all vibes.
They're
like,
good.
I mean, it's a lot of vibes, no matter who it is. And what I mean by that too, Neil, and it's the team vibes. Team vibes that each night it can be a different guy. Like, they don't give away at bats. And I know they've talked about this in interviews and stuff like this, but they fight, for all 27 outs. And that, as a Detroit sports fan, that's what we asked for.
Tony D, real quick before we cut to the break. I'm going to say this to Spenny, and then we'll give him a moment to recollect himself during the break. Max Clark grand slam last night for the Whitecaps.
Yep.
Okay, let's go to break.
Wait, another one?
Last night.
Because he hit one last week too.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love the guy.
All right, somebody tell him about Jars. Calm
you
down.
want to talk about aura, dude? Kid oozes aura.
There it is. If you want some aura, come over to Jars. Woodward sports fans, whether you're hitting a game, watching the Tigers, simply just chilling. Jars Cannabis has you covered. Jars is home to Michigan's largest lineup of rec cannabis products. They've got over 30 locations across the state, repping Michigan in a big way. 9 locations right in Metro Detroit, so there's always one nearby. And if you're in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, get ready. New stores are coming your way. Go to jarscannabis.com to see where you can get your favorite product today. Make sure you check out Darren McCarty brand in stores everywhere.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Neil Rule here for Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Again, the QR code on the screen. Use a promo code Woodward1000 after you download the app when you make your first deposit. That way, when you make your first bet, if your first bet loses, you'll get it back as a free bonus bet, all the way up to $1,000. Here's an idea. Just download the app, make your first deposit, use the promo code Woodward1000. Bet on the Tigers. Up to $1,000 you'll win. So you won't even need to worry about what happens if you lose your first bet. It just seems to be that way, doesn't it? But you can get in the game. They got the parlays, all the betting markets for you. And, oh, by the way, it's Caesars. You know, Caesars, one of the OGs of the gambling game. The app is clean. It doesn't glitch out. All the markets are there for you. Caesars Sportsbook. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
And shout out to John effing Lord in the Woodward Sports chat. He says, Max Clark, elite aura. He even gave some of his aura to Scoob. He did. He gifted Tarek Scooble a chain that said TS on it because Scooble talked about how he liked it. Also, it's probably crazy that Max Clark's senior year of high school, he probably made more money than Scooble's making right now. That's, well, like, per salary. Like
yeah, well,
his
signing bonus, yeah. Yeah, he probably did.
Like, his NIL deal in high school was crazy.
Like
yeah,
what?
well, Scoob got a kicker this year up to
Yeah.
$10 million.
Yeah.
Because he won the Cy Young.
Okay, last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, not this
But
year.
last year, yeah, no, I think it was $900,000 or something,
Yep.
some crazy number last year. Woodward Sports chat thread, Brian Ruth. Nobody saw this Tiger season coming. Brian, they have the best record in baseball. Nobody saw that coming. Not one person, even the biggest Tigers optimist. I would bet you, if you were having beers, A.J. Hinch didn't see this coming.
No,
like this.
you'll be honest with you. But I think the potential of getting them rolling and using it, but optimizing, no.
Like, they're dominant.
And in different ways with different guys heated up at different times.
Yeah, they're dominant. Woodward Sports chat thread, Art Vandelay. If you're filming someone who's injured and heckling them, a middle finger should be the least of what you get. And Art, you know what?
Facts.
I got a feeling it's something along those lines, dude.
Some fans were probably chirping him.
Yeah, like
get up, asshole, or something like that.
Yeah, dude, like people in the phones, man. Like
it wasn't a malicious finger either.
No, it wasn't like Tyler Collins, you know.
No, it was just like
there was purpose.
But it was.
He was
but it wasn't.
Right
it wasn't.
Yeah.
But it
grilling
wasn't
him.
like He wasn't like swearing and hot. And usually people who do that, like they're usually like heated.
There was probably some guy in the stands off a couple beers, a couple glizzies, chirping him, and he was like, "Right here, buddy."
Where were you at the time?
I was in the back watching it.
Oh, well,
I'm actually on video watching it happen. So
okay, so you weren't there.
No, I have an alibi.
Well, you just said like I had a couple beers, couple glizzies.
Yeah.
You fit that description.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Recently,
at the ballpark.
Yeah. I will say this too. Rest in peace to anyone that was trying to do the 999 challenge, the last couple games at Comerica, because those things were going by quick.
But fast games.
They were fast games. Mike G in the chat. Crystal with an X had aura. Speaking of Planet Fitness.
She did.
What happened to Crystal with an X?
We got to get that commercial back.
She did have aura.
Nasty little spin goblins.
Yeah.
Got a pop from Joey in the back.
She did have aura. There's no doubt about it, man.
Let me see if it's still in here.
KP though. If it's still in there, can we run that just for old time's sake?
I'll do it for sure.
KP, this whole team has aura. Where do you stand on aura, D-Mac?
D-Mac is aura.
Yeah, like to stand on it as what? Like I don't think in different ways. I'd say there's probably 5 guys on this team that have like real aura.
Yeah.
Because I'll say this, D-Mac, going back to it.
Like it's developed. Like you can grow into it. Like a lot of aura is built and it continues to build and whatever out. What it is just consistency.
Here's an example. I told you guys in the open my conversation with Larry Murphy yesterday. Multiple time Stanley Cup champion, Hall of Famer, all of it. Larry Murphy, not a lot of aura.
No.
Larry Murphy, the hockey player, probably didn't have aura at the start, but Larry Murphy, when you're talking to him, has aura.
There's a prime example of some people that don't exude aura. Like if we're going to use...
He doesn't exude
We're
it.
going to use Larry Murphy and Darren McCarty as an example.
Yes.
Right? I walk into a room.
Aura.
There's something. Murph, it's like, who's that? And then you talk to him, right? And the aura comes out. And the more conversation of matter-of-factly different things that you learn about it. And some people are like that.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that goes...
I think it's
maybe
purged.
it's... What's that?
I think it's purged from the computer.
Is it?
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
aura,
that's sad.
aura can't be purged, can it?
Aura
Spenny?
cannot be purged.
Rest in peace, Crystal with an X.
You can lose aura, though, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Rip.
But you're right, though, and it gets deeper as you talk to some people, right? The more that you learn about them.
Are we overvaluing aura?
No. You could. I mean, the
see,
value
aura-
of it's there. It's not going to help you be better or anything. You just look cooler. Like, you feel cooler. You feel it. Like, Riley Green doesn't have aura. He's the best player on the team, position player. So it's, not everybody can be Javi.
And that's where I was going to right now.
No, he's by far the most aura on the team. Not even close.
Even though he's like
swag?
6 for his last 40?
Absolutely.
Isn't that swag, though?
That's what aura is now. Aura, swag. Yeah.
See,
Moxie.
Moxie.
Yeah.
No, I was just curious about it. Can you lose it like minute to minute?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So how does Javi still have aura if he's 6 for his
Because
last
he gained
40?
a lot of it back, making jumping plays in the outfield and hitting the walk-off home run with the hands up. That's the pinnacle of aura.
Okay, I was just asking
He
the question.
definitely took a hit past couple years. Like, I think the peak of Javi's aura was either the sweep when he hit the walk-off with the bat, when he hit the sweep after the celly, or the no-look tag in the World Baseball Classic. That was probably Javi peak aura. But now he's in a rising action now. He dipped down, and now he's back to rising action.
So just to educate me on the aura thing, when would he lose it? Or is he above losing it?
I think he's above losing it. Because some people have a base amount of aura that you cannot go under.
Gotcha.
And he's one of those guys. Because even when he was awful,
like the worst everyday player in baseball history,
he was still like, you'd see him make a play where he'd do a crazy flip from shortstop. You'd be like, dude, that was pretty cool.
Okay. I was just
residual aura.
Residual aura. I gotcha. Royalties. You get royalties on your aura.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Gleyber Torres has
aura.
Gleyber
Torres has aura for sure.
Troy Dabber.
Nobody in the super chat. Au contraire, mon frere. By the way, anyone starts a text message with au contraire, mon frere, I'm reading it.
That's one of the ones? Okay.
Yeah, I'm reading it. If you put that in there.
This is good, though.
It is. I did see this season coming.
Yeah.
Nobody saw this coming.
It's from nobody. Oh. Nobody saw this season coming.
That makes
sense.
Saw
it. Au contraire, mon frere.
Yeah. Absolutely.
On the contrary.
Joe, or as Austin Powers called it, Mojo.
Mojo.
Are you guys just recycling an old term and putting a new name on it and claiming it as your own?
Oh, yeah.
Your generation's famous for that, right?
My generation had swag. It was swag for my generation. Mm-hmm. And then it went to drip a little bit.
Drip had its moment.
Drip is more, I would say, clothing specific and outfit
more
specific.
Fashion. Yeah.
Aura and swag are the same.
What's
combined.
Riz?
Riz is, can you pick up chicks? Yeah, Riz is strictly about your smoothness, your
yeah, I think that plays.
So is Riz charisma?
Aura is Riz
charm?
and drip combined.
What?
Aura is Riz and drip combined with a little moxie on top.
Yeah, but you don't. Okay, all right.
Anakin Skyogre, did Javi cost Neil a bet or something? What's his beef with Javi?
Oh God damn it, Anakin!
Anakin,
the
fact that he's made over $80 million here with the Tigers and has had 30 good games. That's my problem. I know everyone else ignores it. I don't. I'm still upset about it.
Yeah, Dabber says Riz is what we called game. Yeah, he's got game.
But see, I think it applies in a social setting, like in a room, right.
That's aura. When you feel it.
No, I think that you can have Riz but not aura.
Yeah.
If you drop me in a conversation with someone.
Yeah.
I'll have some Riz, you know, I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, we'll chop it up.
Well, when somebody walks in, when D-Mac walks into a room and everybody's like, oh shit, that's Darren McCarty.
That's aura.
That's aura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Riz is a different skill set.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, Riz is yards after the catch. Aura is the catch.
It's really, yes. Yeah.
There you go. That's a great analogy.
Okay. See, I'm glad we took this couple minutes.
It's you can have Riz without having aura, but when you have aura, it's hard not to have at least some amount of Riz. It's like a square rectangle kind of thing.
Big Con 51, I did say 100 wins before the season. Liar, dude. This is going to be one of the best Tigers teams in Tigers history. No, literally nobody said that. Big Con, you're a valued member of this community. I enjoy your takes. I enjoy your banter. You're not being truthful right now. Okay, let's take the break, come back. Thursday fights with Darren McCarty. We got a good one. There's some back and forth. Mm-hmm. There's some punches landed. There's some technique questions. And it's Canadians again. What is their problem?
It's a lot of Canadians, yeah.
Because if you notice, we deal with the fists.
That's true.
We don't, right? Nobody's pulling out guns.
I did
or
like
knives.
the civility. The herd stepped in and said, all right, this fight is over.
I'll get to it.
Okay.
I'm
excited.
I'll get
to
it because I had to throw a flag at the end.
That's fair.
Real quick, DNC ENT, no. Swag, drip, moxie is visual. Aura is a feeling. You feel aura.
Yep.
Hutch walks into a room. You can feel his aura, his presence.
Yeah, drip and swag are not aura.
Mike G, Joik had aura. Art, not so much. That both accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said Riz is from charisma.
Riz is from, yeah.
Joik does have aura.
Joik's got aura.
When Joik walks in the room, I always think to myself, can you imagine that running at you?
Stick thinks he can tackle Joik.
No shot.
He's believed that his whole life that he could tackle Joik one-on-one.
No chance.
Not a chance. Joik,
Does Stick think that he could defend Braylon too on a pass?
Yeah, probably.
That's crazy. Tom.
Like,
I think about that every time Braylon walks in.
His whole thing is like, Braylon's insane. His whole thing is like, if you give him 50 chances, he'll trip up his ankle once, and I'm like, no, you won't. Like, you won't.
He'll drop a ball before.
Joik's quads and his thighs are like as big as my chest.
And he still hits the gym as hard as he
ever did.
Dude, he's as solid as it is.
I want nothing.
I wouldn't want
Joik
Bell to tackle him today.
Yeah.
I would feel uncomfortable if Stick tried to do that.
Me too. He'd probably end up going to the hospital. I'm not even joking.
No doubt.
He'd break something. He would dislocate, or he would break Stick's clavicle or something by hitting him so hard.
Shout out Joik too, one of the original EV owners.
Shout out Joik, yeah.
EV Brotherhood. There you go. All right,
go
to commercial. Go.
And Joik used to give us get Chick-fil-A all the time. It was really cool. Shout out to Joik. He's a good guy. I saw him at a golf outing not too long ago. But let me tell you about socials. You got to follow Woodward Sports on all social media platforms, whether it be Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube at Woodward Sports. On all social media platforms should be your first choice. You know, we're bringing you the best content in the city. It is at Woodward Sports on all social media platforms.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
How do you think you won? David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
For sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well. Oh,
I threw a little something extra in there for your ma.
Hope
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo. You're a saint.
All right, buddy, we'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for Woodward Merch. Go to shop.woodwardsports.com, the very best in Detroit sports wearables. Lions play the Rams again. Get your Boot 'em Kids t-shirts. We're still selling them all the time. It's got to be our highest selling shirt in the history of Woodward Sports. You guys love booing the kids. That's what we were told.
That's what we were told.
We were told that. We love booing.
That's who we are.
That's who we are as a fan base. We boo children. We were told that by somebody who used to live here, as a matter of fact. So again, Boot 'em Kids, shop.woodwardsports.com. All right, hour number 2, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, intern Simeon, who's killing it here today. Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Before we get to Thursday fights with Darren McCarty, can I put a motion before the table for tomorrow's show?
Okay.
This is from the Darren McCarty School of Self-Awareness.
Okay.
I moved to change Nickel Package Friday to 4 Down Friday to help the flow of the show. We clearly cannot get through 5 questions.
The nickel packages, yeah. 4 down, yeah, I like that.
Do you second that?
I second that motion.
All right.
Want me to make it official?
Yes. There
It's
it is.
official.
All right.
That's
HR.
smart.
Rest
that is
in
good
peace.
I
self-awareness.
signed it. It's now 4 Down Friday.
Rest in peace, Nickel Package Friday. It from here on out shall be known as 4 Down Friday.
That is good.
Okay?
Proud of you.
We're in.
Yeah, we were D-Mac, we
were struggling
off the rails past couple weeks. we missed about 8 nickel packages the past 3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks ago, we did a show. We got through 3 nickel packages.
Yeah.
An entire show.
Yeah.
So in an effort to pick up the pace, I moved, and it has been. I was going to put it in the chat, but we just decided to go to the Minister of Accountability.
That's it.
All right,
done.
D-Mac, this segment has caught on like wildfire. People love it. They say it's the best segment that we do at Woodward.
They do say that.
By a lot. So, D-Mac, it is time. Thursday Fights with Darren McCarty. For those that are just joining us, Darren McCarty, who knows a thing or two about fights, only what, 127 of them in the
regular season.
Only 127 times in his life did he climb in the ring. But anyway, Darren McCarty, who knows a thing or two about fights, breaks down a fight. But this is just regular people like you and I. Mostly Canadians, but whatever. D-Mac, without any further ado, it is time for Thursday Fights.
All right.
Give me 1 second here, folks.
Yep, the back wall isn't working, so I will not be narrating it.
We're going to V-mix it in the middle, right? Like that's the game plan?
Yep.
We're gonna show you.
Yes. Here we go. All right.
Here we go, and you can see the bout taking off. I'm going to let you watch. It's the guy in the vest is just wailing away, and it looks like the other guy just taking it, but then boom, he's throwing Joey Kosher-esque haymakers at this kid. Bang, bang, bang. 3 extra shots when he's ground. The good Canadian group comes in and says, hey, buddy, that's enough. And buddy's buckled out. But let's watch it again. Now, here's the thing, right? Good Lord says better give than receive. So that's what did you say, Charles Manson? What was the comment last night?
Charles Manson against Val Kilmer, someone said on social media.
Absolutely. So, upper hand gets the guy to the ground and is going to go in with a flurry. You like the aggression.
Now, he's got the hand tied up, right? The arm.
Well, there it is. He did a nice job in grabbing, what do I say, never wear a hoodie to the bar.
You do say
the
that.
guy wasn't expecting, I would say, the guy in the black sweatshirt to get into the fight. The guy in the vest, no hoodie, no sleeves to grab onto, might have been looking for it a little bit. Anyway, so, but he just decides to tune in. What I like, though, is if you see Val Kilmer, he's got his head tucked. So he's taking him off the top, taking him off the side of the head. If you're going to get hit, the hardest part of your head is the top. So if you can lean into it, you don't want to put your head down, but you sort of lean into the side. So he's absorbing it. And this is where you can tell he's gearing up, and Buddy doesn't even know this. So as he loses his balance here by pulling the shirt, because what vest guy should have done is stay inside. And
he already had inside position, and he gave it up.
Well, he gave it up when he was trying to pull the jersey over. The guy fought it back, but watch this first punch, right? So he's got to wail back. So he's waiting, and then boom,
he's got it cocked,
from down. That's where Joey Kosh used to knock guys out from. You got to watch guys throwing those haymakers, and he unloads this. Watch this. Boom. Right there.
And
knocked him. Yeah, back him up.
This one coming.
And these are good old Canadian boy punches right here. Watch it. Boom.
Oh, man.
2 on the button. See, other buddy was flailing good. Now, you want to know how pissed off this guy is? Right? Got him down. And what I want you to notice, right, when you watch it back, but play it out, Spenny, and I'm going to point something out. 1, 2, 3. And then he's done.
Someone
My
said,
man
by the
in
way,
the black threw 5 punches in the whole melee, and they all ended up there. There, over the top, guys wailing, but he's throwing too short. He's absorbing.
Now,
the kid in the black's been here before.
Hey, right here, if you'd have went to the cards, unanimous judges' decision.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there
Charles
could have been a stoppage there.
Could have been a stoppage.
I'm not going to say this, but from my speculation, you know how you know this is in Canada? Because nobody else is getting involved. In America, it would have been 8-10. It would have been separated, or it would have been 8-on-8. But they're going at it. Now he's just, but right here. He knows he's got his range, and Boom, let it go. 1. Let it go. 2, 3, 4, 5. And when the arms go out sideways, that's it. And then he moves on, and everybody probably helped him up and stuff like this. But, yeah, you got to watch those little wiry guys. Like, you can never, if you're going to start the fight or you're going to get into the fight as the guy with the sleeveless, you got to make sure, like, you're in it. Like, you can't start the fight throwing punches and not end it.
You got to finish
there.
it there.
You got, because the minute you let, like, homeboy's been there before, and I don't know what the background of the kid in the black shirt is, but that's
injured
not
animal's the most dangerous.
That's not his first. But the way that he absorbed those punches, I'd say he had a little bit of training.
Yep.
And those are good punches, bro.
Yeah.
Straight down. Like, he brought him from downtown, but on the barrel.
Oh, yeah.
Woodward Sports chat thread, and you guys are
he sleep
in your great form as you always are. John Effing Lord, damn, it's a slobber knocker.
Yeah.
Shua, learn how to punch, homie. Where else was it? Real cream of wheat, damn, out cold. Sean Hart, you dude was just getting his adrenaline up by eating those rights.
Some guys do that, dude. Those are the dangerous ones.
Got to punch yourself in the face a couple times.
Take a few just to turn it on.
Matt G, man bun killer.
Yeah.
That's a great line. Lems 31M, you'll appreciate this one, D-Mac. Outside interference from Scary Sherry resulted in the knockout.
When she came in, that's when he stepped back and got the range, and the kid, that's when he started loading up. So,
well, I mean,
that's factor. You have to.
It's a street fight.
Yeah.
Greg said lucky punch. One of them.
Maybe.
Not the second one.
Definitely
or whatever.
not
Those were professional punches. Like,
Yeah.
those were trained punches.
Mm-hmm.
Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into there. Two birds, both stone. That looks like the standard chalk outline. It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, he was.
No, when
when
your arms are out, bro, you're nighty night. That was, I see. When you like to see what I always like to see what led up to it, right? 'Cause
yeah.
To me, my impression was the guy in the black didn't really want something. I don't know if like something went into it, and after taking a few, so yeah, you got to watch out.
The dull spoon, he was throwing bad shots with a bad technique, and the crouching man just hit him with a straight shot. Gromit 0237, D-Mac, what do you think of this? Tired himself out and landed nothing. Always see what you punch.
Absolutely. Keep your head up. Look, yeah.
Yeah, that's about as done as it gets right there, Neil.
I mean,
hey,
great work right there.
Spenny looks like that after beating himself up on a Saturday of 8.
Right, but he's back home in his bed looking like
36
holes. On the
holes.
couch looking like that.
18, yeah, but that's
Brian Ruth, he let Buddy wear himself out just enough to get the haymaker off. What about that? A lot of talk about that, about letting a man punch himself out. Is there something to that?
Especially when he's not hurt yet.
Oh, yeah.
How much did that come into play in an NHL fight? You guys are going shorter, so.
Yeah, but guys are welcome. But, dude, you watch some of those. You watch some of those fights. I had to fight David Clarkson, like, in 2008 when I came back or whatever. It was like 2 minutes. Dude, you're dead.
You're dead.
Begging for
after you
10.
played a shift.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Well, so there is some to it about tiring some guys out. Like I guess more to your question is that if you can absorb the first barrage, some guys only have a barrage.
Yeah.
And then you get them into the deep water. That's why Proby was so tough. Because I was like Proby. You'd be hit him 4 or 5 times, and he'd be like, "Whoa!"
Thinking you're winning.
We're in a fight.
Yeah.
And then boom. But those right there, those were kosher punches.
And that's what I like it is because, like you said, D-Mac, he had when the guy's got your sleeve like that. That's a disadvantage, and you're pushed up against the wall. So he tucked the chin, put the head back, ate a couple, got the arm
as
free.
he was getting it free.
Yeah, that was good
and he
strategy.
didn't make it like he didn't waste any energy. Like the one guy wasted all the energy. Mm-hmm. The other guy, no, he was very efficient. You would love that. He was very
efficient.
He was very EV.
Two birds, both stone. What an elite segment. The dull spoon. Dude that was throwing the flurry should have thrown an uppercut. Your thoughts, D-Man?
Oh,
he should have thrown a whole bunch
uppercut,
more.
A knee in there, that would have been lights out.
There you go. Sean Hart, I need to get clicked once or twice before I get into that mode. Some dudes are like that, right?
Yeah.
You gotta. It's almost like stretching.
Sometimes.
Absolutely. But
See,
no.
you can do that when you know your opponent can't knock you out.
Yep.
But you can't do that when somebody
like D-Mac punches you. Yeah.
So we'll ride out on this one. There's a couple. Andrew Schmidt. D-Mac, I think it started with, I'm not your guy, buddy.
I'm not your buddy, guy.
I'm not your guy, friend.
I'm not your guy, buddy.
I'm not your buddy, pal.
Sauce
Your
Tim.
pal, friend.
I think Sauce Tim sums it up well. Looks like Peter Griffin at the bottom of the staircase.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. With one of the arms backwards, the leg all. Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
All right, let's take the break. We're a little bit late for it. When we come back, I want to have an honest Lions discussion.
Dun dun.
I do. I want everyone to kind of put the cards on the table, put the emotion on the table, all of it. Real quick, intern Simeon, was that like something you'd see in downtown Columbia, Missouri on a Saturday night after Mizzou has started the season 9-1 and have lost their last 3 games?
Okay, well, no, because 9-1 doesn't happen there.
7-1, losing their next 3 games.
It's possible.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've never. No, we don't do that down there.
No?
That's not like them. No.
Okay.
No, they don't.
They're civilized.
I don't see the hands. Being
Not like
thrown
those
enough
crazy
down
Canadians up north. They're all crazy.
I've seen that in East Lansing a couple times.
I wish I had seen more fights. Yeah, we don't have any down there.
What's the vibe in
You
Columbia?
never see that's. I see that along. It's like even if it's a group, it's like 2 guys. It's almost like David and Goliath back in the day.
Yeah.
But it's like you pair off. That's more Canadian than anything else.
We want more money.
What's the vibe like in Columbia on a Saturday night, like a game day? After Missouri's lost their 4th and 5th games, what's it like?
It's electric. Yeah, it's nice. It's like East Lansing light, kind of.
That's how you describe it?
Okay. It's something like that.
Okay.
That's the best way I can describe it.
How immaculate are the vibes though when they're 7-1 and ranked 12th in the country?
It's immaculate. You should have seen it when we beat #1 Kansas in basketball. That's
probably awesome.
That's
it's like
Columbia.
when we took down that was one of my last experiences at MSU before I graduated. But when we beat Duke, the Zion Williamson Duke team, that was my last couch. That was
you were fresh out after that night.
Oh yeah. During the Final Four game, they had the armored tanks rolling the streets. Unfortunately, we lost, but still.
It's just that's another one of those, and you guys hear me do this about college sports and college football tradition. It's an underrated tradition. Number 12 Mizzou at 7-1.
That's right.
That finishes 9-4.
Yep.
Shout out Blaine Gabbert.
Every year.
Yeah. Death taxes 7-1 Missouri.
Ending
up unranked.
Yeah. 100%. It's where they live.
That's how it goes.
100%. It's where they live.
I would take that right now in a heartbeat.
True.
Yeah.
True.
You pray on that.
I pray on that. If we started 7-1, you wouldn't be able to tell me shit. I don't care if we lost every game after that.
Mike G, that was my last couch. All right, let's do the break. We're late. Tell about Mark White.
Mark White, if you're looking to buy or sell your home, Mark White should be your first choice because he can save you up to $5,000 of your closing costs. Visit him at markwhitesells.com or give him a call at 248-290-8242. Mark White will get you into your dream home today.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, June 13th from 5 to 7 with the heavyweights at Nemo's in Corktown for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw and Ven Johnson. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Guys, let's be honest. We like simple stuff like gimmies on the golf course. We like uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's haircuts for men, where you walk in, you sign in, you sit down before you know it. Your hands have been clean. Lady Jane's open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Why? It's wicked awesome.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, intern Simeon here in the house, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. And, we're just in here. We're chopping it up. It was Thursday fights with D-Mac. I think that was a lot of fun. People had a great idea or a great time with the segment as well. Again, big shout out to Cindy and Kate who are here watching the show as well. And D-Mac, I think it's time. It's time to Patrick says, Missouri in the middle of summer is humid AF, 24 hours a day.
It's terrible.
Oh,
Do you always
so
have
bad.
that gleam on your face all the time, no matter what?
It's so bad.
Like you walk outside, you take a shower, you walk outside, you gotta go walk back in, take another one.
It's terrible.
Yeah, see, I would never want to live in a place like that.
It's starting in April. It's bad, and then I'll get back there in August. It's deadly. It's no fun at all.
I'll take the Cali heat over the Florida heat any day of the week.
It is like that down there. But D-Mac, we're less than 100 days away from the NFL season. Which is incredible to think about. And look, I wanted to have this talk, and I keep my eye on whenever we do our various Lions topics, because we sprinkle some in because the people demand it. Let's be real. Look at viewership when we talk football versus when we talk about hockey. It's an undeniable mathematical fact. But with that being said, D-Mac, I've been keeping my eye on people's reactions to things where we talk about Hutch. And there are certain certainties, I guess you could say, that I've noticed, and here's why I wanted to check in on the psyche of everyone, because I feel as though we're not mentally prepared for the Lions season, for the football season. Whenever we talk about any Lions topic, inevitably it always comes back to a couple things. It always comes back to the playoff game, right? It always comes back to Jared Goff. It always comes back to the defense. Not necessarily in that order, but that is the checklist. Would people agree with me on that?
Yeah.
No matter what topic it is. Free agency, the draft, schematics, any of it. It always comes back down to that. So D-Mac, to me, that suggests that we aren't fully healed from what happened on that January night. And maybe we never will be.
I'm not.
But I think we're still scarred to the point where we can't go back out yet. But inside of 100 days, D-Mac, it's happening.
Yeah, really? You think you're still scarred?
Oh, I'm ready to get
it's
hurt again.
more hunger to get back at it, see what they have, and miss back. They have an incomplete mission that they're all in. And this is the core, so it's not the breakup. We're in the middle. We always talk about that window, right? You're in year 2 of that window, right?
Yes.
Would you say? So I think the more that we see, whether it's OTAs or guys getting together, we see film of Hutch running on the field or whatever like that. Like, people will always have their questions until they see him actually play a game and to see how effective that he is. But I think people are excited, and I think that it also helps that, think about it, the other teams are good, right? So maybe people are paying more focus on the Tigers and their energy into the Tigers as the Lions are coming. But at the end of the day, we're all there. The only luxury is, like I said before, and I'll keep saying it, I don't care how the season goes, because I know they're going to be a playoff team. It's just be healthy in the playoffs, because and it's always that way when the worst game of the year was your last game. So it's that bad taste in your mouth, and as players, you sort of want to get back to get it out.
Which, when you get granular on it, it ends like that for literally everybody.
Except one team. Like, it literally ends badly for everybody. Even the Commanders. And the Commanders might be a little different because they were on their Piston season of this year. Like the organic kind of free roll, whatever happens. Hey, look, we got one. And then they got drilled by Philadelphia. Gave up 55 points to them.
Now that organic stuff is over for the Commanders, now there's expectations, and now they're in the party, and that's safe to say.
Well, that was their San Fran game. That was their wake-up game.
Except they gave up 55 points and got
I understand, but it's the same thing. Oh, so would you rather give up 55 points and get drilled or give up 17-point halftime lead in the NFC Championship? It still sits the same way.
Yeah.
Right? So to your point, you're exactly right where they were, but now the window dressing and all the luxuries, now they have to go out and prove it because there's expectations for them.
Dat Boy Roy in the Super Chat. If you want to skip the line, go ahead, jump into that. The NFC Championship game in last year hurt, but it will always hurt. But I'm ready to be hurt again. I want football back.
Facts.
And then and it all boils down to that.
Absolutely. I'm so ready.
The new shipment from Colombia is coming in through the port of Miami, and we got to be ready.
I mean, when you see Aiden Hutchinson taking the field wearing a do-rag, how are you not ready for football to be back? Like, this dude is so locked in. I can't wait for this team. I'm just so excited to see Wavy Hutch out there getting sacks again, man. It's going to be great.
Wavy.
It's going to be great.
Jordan in the Super Chat as well. What's the percentage this could be the last year with Goff, with the new OC, if the season doesn't go as planned? Hope not, but
0%.
Jordan, negative 0.1 negative percent. Last season with Goff. See, this is ask and say his name and they will appear, man. Like, that's the way that it works.
That was some
second in the league in yard, fourth in touchdowns, back-to-back seasons.
You just hooked a good one, Neil.
Yeah.
You just hooked
Take
a
my
great
picture
one.
with this one. Yeah. I'm going to put it on my fishing Facebook group. No, like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, and D-Mac, these are the people that I can't help. Jordan, if you're a Goff hater, if you are.
I don't know. I think he might have just been asking a question. But, I mean, it's a 0%.
Right. But, Jordan, like, for real, if you're not comfortable with him, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, he's been in the top 5 in all the measurables for the last 3 years. Got MVP, is in the top 5 in the MVP voting last year. Like, you're not getting anyone better. You're not. So can we please, like, stop with this, dude? For real. Who you going to get that's better? Right now.
Those guys don't come available.
I mean, again, if you go by silly things like the MVP voting last year, there's only 4 guys that were better. You're not getting them. So this is what you have. And this, D-Mac, that's exactly what I was talking about. The defense is next. Someone will jump in about the defense. They just will. And that's the kind of stuff, D-Mac, that's exactly what I'm driving at.
You know what? I got to give Sam Flannel his props when he does say something smart. So
it's so few and far between.
If this is the first time, then so be it. But he says in the chat, part of being fans of a winning team that hasn't gotten over the hump of winning a championship, I'm going to put that in there, is being hurt and dwelling on playoff losses. Sort of normal. I will tend to agree on that because you don't have any history. But the fact is that it's all Neil. It's just people don't understand that this is like you're gonna live or die. Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell are living and dying with Goff. You might as well make them the Holy Trinity, right? It's Goff, it's Holmes, and it's Campbell. To the fact that they're gonna live and die with each other. That wasn't that proven last year when they gave him the contract? Isn't that when you were sold that this is their guy?
Correct.
They're going to live and die with this guy, right? For the next few years, that meaning last year, this year, next year, right? After next year, because of the way the contract is and whatever, that's the question. But you always preach about the 3-year window. We're in year 2. That like this is what you've prepared for. This is what they're preparing for, and hopefully they can learn from their mistakes and be available. Because I believe that they have a team that can win the championship if that's the case.
And only Jordan. And again, I have respect for you. You watch the show, so obviously you have good taste. But as far as the Goff thing goes, and I know that there's a restructure that's out there that's can be triggered whenever they probably need to. They've already agreed to it. It was written into the contract. There's a dirty little secret, by the way. All these cap conversions that you see, a majority of them are written into the contracts already. But as far as, say you wanted to play this year with Goff, you would look at $64 million of dead cap to get rid of him. Like, it's not tangible. Like, it's not going to happen. If you wanted, like, a potential out, it will be after the 2027 season when it's $14.5 million of dead cap at that time. I'll humor it, Jordan, again, because I respect you. But it's one of those things. There's something I want to touch on next about it, like the next checkpoint that we have to deal with. And we'll do it after you tell them about Mad Packs.
Absolutely. D-Mac here to talk to you about Mad Packs. Mad Packs is the hottest new cannabis brand. They are partnering with Woodward Sports. Products launching May 30th. Spenny, is that tomorrow?
That is tomorrow.
That is tomorrow. Mad Packs is going to take your game to the next level. High-low is getting you high for the low. Delivering top-tier quality at unbeatable prices. Boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka. Live resin infused tarantula. This one's the bomb. Blizzard Packs, THCA, Moon Rocks that hit like a blizzard. Coming to select retailers on May 30th. That's tomorrow, 2025. Stay tuned with Woodward Sports Network for all the latest updates.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule here for Buddy's Pizza, the original Detroit-style pizza. They invented Detroit-style pizza. I know it's like a marketing term that pizza places like to use. Well, hey, thank Buddy's for it because they created it. There's over 20 Buddy's locations in and around the metro Detroit area, downtown as well. Don't forget about the one on Broadway. We were down there for the Pistons watch party, the NFL draft. Great spot across the street from Comerica Park. So if you're going downtown to a concert, a game, whatever, get that pizza on your plate. We did. We were smashing those things.
Smashing.
We ate a lot of pizzas.
We ate a lot of Buddy's pizzas. But, hey, they're a great Detroit, a great Michigan company. Great partnerships with the Detroit Zoo, the Michigan Humane Society, all of it. They don't just talk about it. It's not a buzzword for them. They are Detroit, the original Detroit-style pizza. Use the promo code 10MEAL. Go to buddyspizza.com, make that order. Order it for dinner. Drop a 10 meal on there. You'll save 10%. It's Buddy's, the original Detroit-style pizza since 1946. All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy. Neil Rule. We have Darren McCarty. Intern Simeon as well. Spencer Raxter also. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. WeezyD313. I'm going to read this comment not because I agree with it, because it is another trigger phrase that if you put it in there, I'm going to read it. Trade Goff for Bryce Young right now before the jig is up. The jig is up. That sounds like something Maz would say.
That does sound like something Maz would say.
Taylor Shantz. These Lions fans don't want somebody better than Goff. They want someone more mobile, even if it means they are worse. You're probably right. There's probably a lot of truth in that statement. Jordan said, are there any NCAA QBs we should be in love with? According to last draft, no.
Last draft was bad.
Yes, it was.
I like Cam Ward, though. Cam Ward's going to be good.
That's a tough situation he's walking into.
And you know how I feel about Jackson Dart.
I know. Okay.
Guy's a stallion.
So, Sean Hart, players have bad games. He just needs to pick better times to have them. No one says anything about the playoffs before when he was elite.
He was elite. He was. That was not his fault at all.
He was elite. Passes were so good, receivers dropped them.
Yeah.
So
the NFC Championship game run, not on Goff at all. He played very, very, very well.
So,
Last year against the Commanders, though, That was bad.
That was bad. Yeah, it wasn't good. Picked a bad day to have a bad day. All
Absolutely.
across. All across
so
the
did
organization.
Ben Johnson, so did the defense a little bit, even though they weren't put in the best situations. But yeah, team just didn't have it.
Who farted? The jig is up. Sell your war bonds.
War bonds, huh? The jig is up for old Adolf Hitler.
The jig is up for Nazi Germany. Uncle Sam is here, and he needs you for war bonds. No, but okay. So we've touched on the Goff thing, the defense thing. I'll never understand how people can just look past the fact that you had double-digit guys on IR. Like, that wasn't your defense. At any point after week 7, that wasn't your defense.
Yeah.
It never was.
No, you had, pretty much all of your linebacker depth hurt. Anzalone obviously went down until the last week of the season. Pretty much your entire defensive line, outside for DJ Reader and a guy you traded for, was injured. And then Carlton Davis goes down, and then Amik Robertson goes down. And it's bad. And they were still a top 10 defense in the NFL. But the well was going to, or the dam was going to burst eventually, and unfortunately it was in the playoffs.
Woodward Sports chat thread, real cream of wheat. How the hell was he supposed to keep up with Jaden Daniels, who had zero pressure?
Not turn the ball over 4 times.
Well,
they would
and
have won the game. It flat out 100%, no matter what. Like, even if what the defense was, how they were playing, if the Lions don't turn the ball over 5 times, with 4 of them being from Jared Goff, then you win that game, and I think you win it comfortably. Because they were on the way.
And they had flipped the game.
They were on the way
back.
to going 14-3.
Right.
Or going up 14-3, and then it would have just been cruise control from there.
Right. And Glasgow gets destroyed, and then Goff fumbles the ball, and that's it. And that's what flipped it all.
That's what flipped it for sure.
So, again, and I'm not here to revisit that. Like, we know. We all watched it. We know. But, again, say your name, say his name, and they appear. Real quick. How was he supposed to keep up with Jaden Daniels, who had zero pressure? Like, again, Aiden Hutchinson's back, D-Mac. And he's got a do-rag on.
He does. He's back, and he's got waves.
And he's got waves, D-Mac.
I mean, I'm all for it, dude. It's attitude. Like, but again, anybody who watched and understands is like, you should be. You know what I'm excited about? What is the defense? Do we get to see our defense? What is our defense supposed to look like? Right? What is it supposed to look like? Because that's what you're going to get to see, especially at the beginning of the year. Now, hopefully, last year you got it all out of the way. Mm-hmm. Like, you know how injuries ebb and flow for teams in the NFL and stuff like that. So hopefully we're the ones that can maintain that. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons you should be excited for these guys to get back together, is because, like you said, Neil, it's been when is week 7? When does week 7 happen in the NFL? Like end of November? Yeah. So you're going almost a year.
Mm-hmm. And someone said it in the chat, I guess. Shua, which I assume is half of Joshua, but Shua says Goff was concussed. And I'm not giving him that excuse, because even though it's probably true, he probably was, because he got smacked.
That should have been a flag, bro.
It should have been a flag. But NFL players play concussed every week. Like, so I'm not.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Yeah.
But he probably was. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. He got smoked.
Woodward Sports chat thread. But again, see, like, everybody, we're going back and we're reliving it. Benedict Johnson was being cute, letting James, like, we're not ready, man. We're not, because
they are still hung up on that, and I don't blame them, but I think they're still ready for the
But Spenny, like, I can blame them a little bit, because
it's over, it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guys are back. Like, Aiden Hutchinson's back. No, you know what I'm saying, though? Yeah. Like, this will be the team now. Like, the full team, like what it's supposed to be, all that stuff. This happens. You don't it's not just guaranteed. It's not linear. You don't get the NFC Championship game, then you get to the Super Bowl, then you win the Super Bowl. It's not the way it works, man. The guy sitting here to my left can tell you stories about it. Like, D-Mac, can you make these people understand that it's hard? This is hard to deal with. Pause.
Just remember what you said earlier. One team in every professional league goes into the offseason happy, right? And the rest come up short. So it's like you're playing a losing business. right? Your team. So when you get those opportunities, that's why I try to say, listen, you're a human being. The destination is an oasis. It's about your journey, not just in life, but with your team. So enjoy it while it's happening, while it's building and what you have. And like the one thing, we got to watch it from them, because here's the one thing. Now we got to see is what did they learn? What did the veteran guys learn? How does it apply? What are they going to fix? You know, all this different stuff. How do they come prepared? Does this give them, you know, even a deeper? Because the only way out is through analogy is when you want the smoke, right? And you got to want it as a collective, not as an individual, and not like
and there's no
7-8 part of it, 75%, 80%. Everybody in that organization has to be bought in. What? Bought in to give everything you got to probably fail. But gosh, you could succeed.
Yeah.
And you know what? When you do succeed, it's all worth it. Because here's the one thing is that we know as fans, but like in football you don't know as players, is once you get there and you win, then you know what it feels like and you want to get back there, right? So there's a different fuel that's feeding that. And all these guys that are there, that's why I'm interested in, and everything that we hear and the way that they're preparing is, yes, they took a gut punch. They took a knockout punch or whatever like that, but they didn't stay on the mat. They're not staying down. They're getting back up, and that's why, you know, they're 100 days, and they got to go back to work. I don't care. Hutch can shave his head. He can, you know, he can get a bunch of wigs. He can do whatever he wants as long as he's on the field. As long as he's on the field. You got he's your Tarek Skubal, right? He's your Tarek Skubal. Right? And I think that what I've learned from personal career, but also from watching some of the greatest players in history face huge injuries, and I'll focus on Steve Yzerman, like my first year when he went out and Sergey stepped up, right, is the fight to get back. And to know that something was taken away from you and he had to watch last year, there's a fuel to the fire too. Because there's something as an athlete where you think you're invincible. Right? There's an invincibility no matter how hard you play and whatever like this, but it does come to an end, or, you know, the levee breaks. And I think with that, it will show, like, you'll see the maturity, but how he will know himself and had to learn his body. There's nothing like recovery. Neil, you can speak to it because, you know, like just going through all the stuff that you've gone through, the gym or whatever, but nobody speaks to what it is on the darkest days of motivation to get yourself through an injury like that. And I think that just, it's a blessing in disguise that if it had to happen, that it happened now, because then later in your career, because he's faced all that adversity. And with Hutch and the leaders on this team, whether it's the young guys that are becoming leaders or the veterans that are older that are there, right? We mentioned DJ Reader the other day. His integral part, yes, of taking double teams and doing everything on the field, but in the locker room. And all these guys comfortable with the guys that they've added, with the second year guys, you know, like with the Jack Campbells now. Like, is this not Jack Campbell's coming out year?
Should be.
Isn't this the one where he puts himself on the map, a la linebacker, you know, the linebacker that you want to be, middle linebacker? So, I mean, it's all set up. So you can't talk about it. It's just we got to go out and see it. And to me, the blessing is stay healthy. Stay healthy and you can win a championship.
Spending the Woodward Sports chat, should Hutch get a low taper fade?
Shout out Danny G.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a great haircut.
Can we get an AI?
My boy Darius used to give out some pretty good taper fades.
DNC ENT, Neil, we still hate Kendall Vildor from 2 years ago. We will never be over.
I don't hate Kendall Vildor.
I don't either. Like, he's Kendall Vildor.
Kendall Vildor played well for what you needed him to do. I commend Kendall Vildor for what he did.
Steve O'Baby, all I know is that the Commanders were the better team, Neil, and the Lions were not because of turnovers. Bottom line, stop blaming the refs, Chad. I hope that they're not doing that, Steve O'Baby. And like that, look, am I still bothered by it? Yeah, I'm bothered by it because of that. The Commanders were the better team, but they are not.
They're not.
Are the Commanders a better organization than the Lions? Top to bottom, is their roster better?
No.
But that roster didn't play.
That roster did not play. And it's football, any given Sunday. Even, I would say, even the roster that played, the Commanders were not better than
I would
top
agree
to
with
bottom.
that.
But, it's any given Sunday. But what a point that DMAC made about wanting the smoke as an organization is you're not going to be able to duck the smoke this year. You're playing the top dogs all season long.
You're going through it every week.
Yep. All season long. So and we know who the fuck Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes is. This team's not ducking any smoke.
Yeah.
They're going to run right through your face.
Also, too, Gromit 0237, don't other players' teams get hurt? Not 23 of them. And because that's what it was. The Eagles had one person out, right?
Yep. 21 of 22 day one starters played
Well,
the
they
Super
were.
Bowl.
See, that's what the way that the Eagles did it, because they had injuries. Even there's questions on their quarterback going into the playoffs and stuff like that. But when it came to the playoff time, they were healthy.
Yep.
I want the same formula, the same opportunity they had, same record, same way, same whatever. Because I think that's when we win, and I don't care who it is.
Sean Hart, who's blaming the refs? No, I don't know. I have heard fans do that, though. All right, let's take another break. When we come back, we'll kind of wrap this discussion up. Just a philosophical deal, man. Look, calling all Tiger fans. That's right. Join us for the White Claw Tigers Tour. Woodward Sports hitting 4 of the top bars in Detroit to watch a Tigers game live on the network. Join Spencer and Easy on Friday, June 13th. The second stop on the tour at Nemo's Bar in Detroit. Be a part of the fun. Watch your reactions live on Woodward Sports Network to the hottest team in baseball. And we're getting to June now, so it's real, everybody. It's the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw and Venn Johnson Law.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like DMAC. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. The bats are hot, and the weather is getting hotter. Summertime in the D with Detroit's big hitters. Woodward Sports.
What's up, guys? Spring is in the air, summer's around the corner, and Michigan is buzzing. The 7.5 milligrams of real THC wrapped in bubbles, crafted with real fruit juice, no artificial sweeteners. They're big in flavor, but low in calories, and 100% hangover free. What am I talking about, Spenny? I'm talking about the Buzzins.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Watermelon, cherry, strawberry, or 2 new flavors, raspberry lemonade and peach. Crack a can, take a sip, catch a little buzz. Available at any of Loom's 38 locations across Michigan. Use code WSN30 for 30% off your entire order, online or in stores. Go to www.loom.com today.
All right, we're keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. By the way, don't forget the Michigan Panthers in action this Saturday at Ford Field. They gave me some tickets to give away. The easiest way to do this is just send me a DM on Instagram with your email address, and I can email you 4 tickets to the Michigan Panthers game. I think I got room for 7 sets of 4. So just you want tickets to the game? Very easy. Just send me a DM on Instagram with your email address, and I'll send you 4 tickets to the Panthers game. It is just that simple. They're the betting favorite to win the UFL championship.
Shout out.
Yeah, so, which is weird. They got to go on the road in Birmingham in the playoffs, but they're finishing up the regular season, so get on out there. Jake Bates bobblehead. That's right.
Shout out.
Yeah, talked to Jake Bates yesterday. He was out there at the Detroit Grand Prix event. In the Super Chat, by the way, if you want to jump the line, Jordan, I'm not trying to tilt anyone. I just have questions. You guys have great takes. All love. Go. No, Jordan, again, valued member of the Woodward Sports community, man. Drop in anytime. Shad216, Ben Johnson admitted in a presser that he chooses big plays over simple plays like running on 3rd and 1.
It's true. He said he doesn't like the tush push because he likes big plays.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I enjoyed his big plays.
I did too.
Like, it was a lot of fun.
It was.
So I don't have a huge problem with it at all. But anyway, though, yeah, I don't know, D-Mac. Do you think we solved anything today? I don't have any more confidence in the people because we kind of went right back when I said we were doing it, and then we went right back into it. I don't know that we're ready. We still have 90 days.
It's the fan default because what else do we have to go to? Right? You want to get mad at some draft picks,
D-Mac,
we just have to wait. Just wait till the season
what I go to
out.
is Aiden Hutchinson is back, who is a top 3 defensive end in football, who by all accounts should be in the teens in sacks. It would be bitterly disappointing if he was not, for whatever reason. It would be bitterly disappointing if he wasn't. He's kind of the linchpin that holds this whole thing together. It just is. Like the people that were talking earlier about, we weren't getting any pressure on the quarterback. Yeah, well, again, the Eagles are in the same boat, right? They lost their sack leader last year to free agency and Josh Sweat. So there's questions around everybody, man. Like, that's the way this league's designed. That's the way that it works. I'm excited to get a crack. There's no way they have 23 guys on IR next year, right? I mean, no way.
It'd be interesting to go back in history of how teams, what the ebb and flow were teams that suffered a lot of injuries, like 20 injuries over a season, like we did, like that. What happened the next year? Because, like, revisionist history, the year before, we didn't face injuries, right, as much, or did we have a few 2 years ago?
No, we were largely healthy.
We were pretty healthy. Yeah.
So what I mean, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Except
sort
for,
of
Emmanuel Mosley and
like this year. You got to think that you're gonna get through pretty much. And we always say things. It doesn't matter as long as your quarterback doesn't go down, or it's certain right, which probably is the only one. Would you still say, Neil?
Yeah.
Like Goff's the only one you can't lose.
Right.
I would say Goff, Penne, and Hutch. I would say are the 3.
I would agree
You've
with
already
that.
lost Hutch.
Yeah, and you. Yeah, I. Bless you.
It's just
Bless you.
It's still wild that they went 15-2, like, and we were lapping up, and L's giving me a hard time in the chat. How about sometimes in football, ish happens, get over it, and quit crying.
Any given Sunday.
No doubt. But no, I'm excited. I am past it.
Oh, I'm ready to get hurt again for sure.
Yeah, like 31 of the 32 teams can end up hurt, man. Like, that's the way that it goes.
It's the waters we swim in now.
Right. And again, like, what do you have to suggest that this window isn't open for another 3-ish seasons?
You don't. You have nothing to suggest.
And I still stand by this statement. I wasn't as crushed last year because in my heart, I 1,000% believe that this regime will win a Super Bowl. Even if it's not this year. They will at some point win a Super Bowl.
I agree.
I believe that. And that's what makes me able to rest easy tomorrow. And then the next day, and then the next day. Hoof-hearted, last season was fun until it wasn't.
Yep.
That's the way that it works, man. That's absolutely the way that it works. So, the fragrance kickback. Watch out for Hooker. It's a contract year.
Look out.
But yeah. And look, we'll have the shows, right? We'll get into the schedule and we'll do the game by game and all that stuff. D-Mac, what do you got going on this weekend, man?
I'm on
Something
my
pretty
way
cool.
after the show to Moncton, New Brunswick. For
New Brunswick?
NHL
That's like Canada,
alumni,
Canada.
Team Canada, all this stuff. Golf outing, hockey. Yeah, I got to play hockey. And I sent you guys the list. There's some.
There's some names on there.
I didn't look at the list, but I looked. There's like 4 guys I played in Calgary with. Mike Sillinger, who was sort of when I came to the Red Wings and stuff and was down in the minors my first year here, he took me under his wing and stuff. So we've been friends for like 30 years. And it's always good when the bands get back together, the boys, even in the NHL. You get to, like you said, like you and Murph last night, they get to spend some time over the weekend with some guys that maybe you've played against and battled against. But, as you're older and stuff, just reminisce. So, the next 2 weekends I'll be out of town. But I wanted to give a shout out to Centerline.
Shout out.
Independence Festival this weekend.
Yes.
Grind Time Wrestling Academy will have a ring out there. There'll be matches. You can go.
What day?
Check out Saturday.
Okay, hell yeah.
Check out all that stuff. We'll have a presence over there. So if you want to find out what we got going, the summer camps, the kids camps, all this different stuff, go check out the Centerline Independence Day and leave your vote. I was telling Spenny, hey, Neil, how long I've been there? 2 months?
Yeah.
Met with the mayor the other day and might have some good news for our patrons of Centerline as far as Spenny's issue with the community center in Warren. That's all I'm going to say. There has been headway made, so I'm already out there hammering it down for the people.
Already moving and shaking. And yeah, shout out to Centerline Independence Day. It's when we seceded from Warren. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't know, but
did you?
I don't know. We've been there for a long time. We've been here forever.
Did Centerline come first, maybe?
Yeah,
I think so.
I don't know. It's the celebration.
Centerline's
Independence is
and technically is still a village because
it's going to be the town or the village or whatever, and the mayor, like, we're going to keep it that way. So, tighten it up.
We're
Tighten
like
the
Charming,
screws over
like
there.
in Sons of Anarchy. Centerline's like Charming.
It is.
Yeah, we've been here forever. We do it our way. If you don't like it, we'll move you out.
That is true.
And
you don't have to move them far because it's like 1 city block wide.
Yep, it's a mile by a mile.
And they just added me.
And they
there
just
you
got
go.
D-Mac. Yep.
What about you? What do you
I'm off this weekend. Detroit City's on the road, playing in the Jägermeister Cup. They'll be in Portland, Maine, which is kind of weird. But yeah, what do we have? Saturday. I think we're gonna pull up on the Michigan Panthers game, as a matter of fact. So I'm gonna roll out there. Then Sunday I'll be coaching my daughter's flag football team and doing it that way. So it's gonna be fun. Tomorrow Sean's in, I believe, right?
Shout out. Yep.
The debut.
4 Down Friday.
4 Down Friday. We cut a question off.
Man,
Self-aware.
We're still not gonna finish all of them.
No, I know.
Yeah, but we'll get closer.
Yeah. See? Huh?
You can pump out a 4-question segment in a 5-minute period. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Thank you. I was just walking across the street and it popped in my head.
Yeah.
Self-awareness. All right, that does it for today. Tomorrow, Bourbon Friday, 4 Down Friday, all of it. We're going to have some 4 Down questions.
0-16 in the Woodward Sports
4 Down
chat.
Bourbon yet?
Says he gets his weed from Centerline. A lot of dispensaries in Centerline. Shout out to the dispensaries in Centerline. They have funneled a lot of money back into the city to fix the football field, to do a lot of different stuff. They pretty much got us. Okay, all right, I got to put this back out there. Sorry, sidebar here. We got Cattleman's, right? That was one of the biggest things. Cattleman's came in. It was literally like a fucking episode of Sons of Anarchy. There was a Shoppers Market that used to be there, and there was a whole thing that like a Cattleman's rep came into our. He was going door to door. I spoke with the man. He was like, "Would you guys like a Cattleman's here? Would you like?" We were like, "Oh fuck yeah, that'd be sweet." And Shoppers was like, "We're not moving. We're not selling.
We're moving.
Staying here." 2 weeks later, Shoppers burns down, and Cattleman's buys it, moves in there, cleans it. I was like, "Dude, that's awesome."
Hey, before my watch. Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Shoppers is fine. There's one at 9 in Van Dyke anyway. They had 2 within 2 miles of each other.
It's a goated shopping market.
Was it good? Yeah, that was fun.
Cattleman's?
Shoppers Market.
Shoppers is good, but Cattleman's is better. That place is elite.
Meats are good.
Yeah.
Their lunches are good.
The hot lunches. Oh yeah.
Sean Hart, no sports tonight. I'm gonna lock into the Oilers game. I want to see them finish it off.
There you go.
I am. I'm gonna lock in.
Yeah,
and
you
I'll be bumping all
can't.
of baseball.
You get that opportunity. Dallas ain't gonna go away. Like for a team being down 3-1, they're as comfortable as they can be.
Absolutely.
Joe, BDE has aura.
Facts.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow, everybody. For D-Mac, for intern Simeon, for Spencer Reicher, I'm Neil Rule. Well, see you later.